Okay, now the last thing, before I clean up and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to take you down underneath the deck. We're going to kind of look at this. See how that moves around like that? We're going to see what it's going to take to put a clamp down there, some sort of bracket, something to keep that tight. If that bothers you, you know, every time I get ready to do the disconnect, and see, I'm only going to have to hook the disconnect up once, and then after that, it's going to be like that until we decide to get rid of the barbecue, right? So every time I use this, all I'm going to be doing is turning the gate valve down there. But I'll take you underneath the deck and we'll look at that gas pipe anyways. It might help you out with your project. Well, here we are underneath the deck, and see, here's the gas line that comes out of the condo, and then it comes across, and that goes up into the up above the deck, and that's where we are working. And see, if I push on that, see how it moves? So I mean, it's not really hurting anything. Bad on the inspector years ago for not making them put a block. See, I could put a 2x4 block across there and build it out, even if this area is more than an inch and a half. If it was 2 1/4 inches, I could put a 2x4 block and a 1x4, and then put a U-shaped clamp on there, screw it on there. Or I could push this over, and I could put a wedge of wood or a plastic shim or something up next to that, you know, and break it off or pooch it up there. Anything like that. If you're concerned about it, you could do something like that. And if a 2x4 and a 1x4 is too much, you could use a 2x4 and a piece of 1/2 inch plywood, you know, sandwiched together. Put that up there, screw that onto the 4x12, and then take your U-shaped clamp, put a clamp on there, screw it on. Boom, done. Okay? So anything you want to do, you can do. Just make sure you do it right. Okay, now that we're done and I can hook that up and stuff, the $100,000 question I have not answered yet, and you may have this question. Hey Joe, how do you know? And once you tighten up your elbow and your pipe nipple and your quick disconnect, how do you know that those fittings are not going to leak when you turn that on? How do you know that? There's some easy way you can tell. You know how? You take a spray bottle, put a little soap, you know, dishwasher soap, Palmolive, hand soap, whatever, shake it up in the bottle, and then spray just soapy water on your fittings. Soapy water, soapy water. You can even do it on an old fitting and the ones downstairs. If you're concerned, if you think you got a gas leak somewhere, or if you're smelling something, go around and start spraying your fittings. When I get this hooked up and turn the gas on, I could even spray it on this fitting right here that I did, right? I could even spray it on the fittings that I didn't do from before. See, this was on there, this one was on there, up there. I could spray those with soapy water if I want, and then if I see any little bubbles, then that tells me that I've got a leak. That's the best way to check. This is for gas piping, how to check for gas leaks and that kind of thing. And I think I might do that when I get done, because I didn't connect this. Now this fitting looks the same as when it comes in the box. See, they don't do anything. Some of these fittings, they don't do anything, they just tighten them up, and that's it. Okay, but if you're going to mess with them, then you might want to spray, or if you want to test them, I can spray it on this one that doesn't have any Teflon tape on it. That one that doesn't have any Teflon tape. I can even check. I might go around and check, make sure this is tight into here, make sure that one's tight, make sure this one's tight, and all that before I turn it on. Last thing you want are gas leaks anywhere, especially out on your deck while you're barbecuing. Okay? Have fun with your project, and I hope you learned something. If you're not a subscriber of mine, if you'd like to subscribe, please do. I would very much appreciate it. Hey, since we've been talking about Teflon tape and how to install it the proper way and stuff, to save money on your Teflon tape, when you go to the store, you know, if you think you're going to use Teflon tape periodically, you might want to get, they sell these in 6-pack. It's almost like buying, if you buy 2 individually, you might be able to buy 6 for about the same price as you buying 2 or 2.5 rolls. So look at that at the store. And that's what I normally do, like if I'm doing some plumbing work or if I'm doing some home rehabbing or remodeling or something like that. I always like to have extra Teflon tape around. It never hurts to have extra. And if I can save and get 6 for the price of 2, I'll do that every day.